Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So those that have been here before will know that I usually post a video at least once a week. I haven't been doing that for about 3 weeks now. I wasn't going to go public with the reason why, but I feel like I owe it to those subscribers who do look forward to the video each week. And the reason why is because I have been recovering from surgery. I'm not going to go into depth the type of surgery that I had, but it did stop me from being able to record the videos and basically share what I am loving doing. So today I'm going to give you an update on all of the previous plants. We've got good news, we've got bad news. So yeah, let's get to it. So in my last video, I did quite a bit of repotting, and I also shared that I was struggling to manage fungus gnats. So I haven't seen a fungus gnat for about just over a week now. The first thing that I did to try and eliminate the fungus gnats was go down sort of the natural way. And the first natural method that I came across online was to sprinkle cinnamon on top of the soil. I did sprinkle cinnamon on top of all of the plants, but I'll be honest, it's a no from me, did not work. So then I bought these like glue, like sticky pads. I will say that they're good, but I wouldn't say that is the way of getting rid of them. It's just an additional thing. So the next thing that I did was I read that you should put sand on top of the soil. So when gnats try to fly through the sand, they just cut themselves into pieces. So I was like, I did actually see gnats inside the sand. I don't know whether or not that's the type of sand that I was using, whether there's a certain type that you should be using, but it didn't work for me. I finally got to the bottom of why all of the methods that I was doing, the gnats were still thriving. What had been happening is the gnats had been flying into the holes at the bottom and going up into the soil that way rather than doing it from the top. I thought, right, I know what you're doing now, gnats, I know what you're doing. I watched the gnats going flying into the holes, flying back out of the holes, and I decided I was going to trap them. The way that I trapped them, I just put sellotape right across the hole, and I've kept this as evidence for you guys. It's gross, but one of the gnats tried to escape out of the sellotape and got stuck. So you can see that the gnat tried to actually crawl out of the sellotape and was met by death. So that leads me on to my next update. I decided that all my plants now are going to live in leca. Leca are clay balls, and they're really good at holding moisture. Preparing plants to live in leca, all you do is soak the leca in water for a couple of days. Just change the water out because they do kind of, obviously they are clay, so they do give off like a clay residue. You want to get rid of that. You don't want your plants to be living in that. Leca, I feel, is probably harder than soil in terms of looking after, but I do feel like it reduces the risk of insects and bugs. And if you don't know me by now, that is music to my ears to know that. That is amazing. Why I did not do that in the first place, I don't know. So I am going to show you what has been going on. Let's go. It's been quite the disaster. So the alocasia black stem zebrina, which you can see is very sad. When I took this plant out of the soil, I realised it was actually two plants in one. They were together. So I separated them out and I put them in leca. Now that is leca. I took them out of the soil. I washed as much of the soil off of the roots as possible. I put leca into these pots about a quarter way up, and then I sat the plant on the leca, and then I filled the rest in with leca. And then I got some water, put some plant fertilizer in, and the reason for that is because the soil has all like the nutrients and things like that, and leca, because it's just clay balls, doesn't have the nutrients that soil does, so you have to substitute, and that is why I put fertilizer in. This method is called semi-hydroponic. You've got plants that live in soil, then you've got semi-hydroponic, which is what I'm trying to do, and then you've got hydroponic, and hydroponic is just when the plant grows in water. So yeah, this is not really going very well at all. I've got some very sad plants and I really want these to become happy again. So the next plant is the Alocasia Pink Dragon, which is this one. And if you did watch my last video, there was a leaf on it and it was like yellow, brown, and I said make sure to watch the next video for an update to find out whether or not it survived. And it didn't. It was really going bad. I had to cut 2 leaves off because the other one started to do the same thing, and now I've got a real issue with this plant. I took this out of soil to transfer it into the leca, and as soon as the soil came away, so did the roots. The bottom of that doesn't look like it's got any roots really. I mean, it's just got these tiny little brown things. So yeah, I think it's probably gonna die. Today, the top of the leaf, probably at my eye level now, is going brown. So that's another disaster. I've got 2 plants, technically 3 now, that are not doing good. And I was thinking, is it because I've put them in leca? I just thought the leca might save them, but it's probably made it worse. But we have some good news. So the good news is the pothos cutting that I've had for a while is not actually growing any new leaves at the minute, but it's not dead, so that's a good thing. This is working in the leca. If you remember from one of my other videos, you'll know that I cut these. These have their own root systems, and this one is not quite at the water yet. It hasn't adapted the roots. This one did go and find the water. As soon as it touched the water, it's like stood up straight. It's really excited. Inside, you will see that the root made its way to the water, which is amazing. Yeah. That is one out of all of the plants that are doing amazing. I might have also added a plant to my dying collection. This is the Monstera Thai Constellation, which I love. This plant, I love it. When it came to me, this bit of the leaf was, well, like what it is now. And what you can see that is not green, that is called variegation. I don't really know what that means other than the fact that this is variegation. This is variegation. This is fenestration. I am tempted at some point to put that in leca, but I'm also scared to do that. What I'm going to be doing in either the next video or the video after that is I'm going to be putting the Monstera Delici thing into leca, and the leca is not going to be in the clay pot that you can see in the background. It's going to be in this pot. This I thought was really good for the leca because it's got an integrated saucer, so the water will be able to sit in there and hopefully the Monstera will not die. And that concludes my update for now. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.